The Colorado Avalanche skaters were worse than the Rangers skaters for 85% of this game, maybe more. Thankfully, that's not 100%. Avs win over the New York Rangers 3-2 in overtime. The only player on the ice that played a good game start to finish for the Avs was Mackenzie Blackwood. He's the only one. And he played fantastic. He kept the Avs in this hockey game way closer than it should have been, let alone allowing the Avs to actually win it. The dude absolutely balled out for what feels like the 100th time, even though he hasn't even been with the Avs long enough to play 20 games with them. The Avs have plenty of great players, but right now, no one has been more important to Colorado than Mackenzie Blackwood. Just a quick look at what Kemper has been doing all night here. This is an overtime. Manson makes another questionable blue line decision and gives up another clean breakaway. Most of them end like that. Kemper with a beautiful glove save. Beyond Blackwood, the Avs actually played pretty good for the first 5 or so minutes of the game. Not great, but pretty good. And that was enough to get them on the board first. Bit of a longer clip here because this play actually starts with a nice save from Blackwood to get the Avs going. Makar's able to pick the puck up and get them in the right direction. Makar gets the zone. LOC knows simple hockey. Just throw the puck towards the net. You'll create rebounds. You'll create chaos. The Avs don't initially get to the puck, but they're able to find it off of a bit of a whiff from the Rangers. Makar going to work into the cycle along the far boards here. It gets past Kelly, but Colton is in deep, ready to make the play. Keeps the play alive. And you see Kelly recognizes the space here. The Rangers have gotten sloppy defensively. You have 2 men in deep, but Kelly has a ton of space to work with if he can get the puck here. He saw the space, he turns to Colton, and he actively yells at him, "Hey, give it to me, give it back to me. I can get to the middle of the ice and we can create a play." It's exactly what Colton does, and Kelly finishes nicely. Honestly, the Avs' depth forwards have been doing their job lately. I know the Avs have not scored a ton of goals as of late, but a decent portion of them have come from their depth. Parker Kelly right there clearly had another goal about a week ago. You also had LOC who scored in that game against Minnesota. Parsonen scored in the game before that against Chicago. They're not going to score every night, but the Avs' depth forwards have been scoring enough. It's just everybody else that hasn't put the puck in very well lately. So that was cool. And then the Avs got on a power play. There's not much to this play. Makar with the puck up high goes to shoot a puck and just clean loses it. Absolutely clean. Fumbles the puck. Creates a clean breakaway the other way, and you're not able to stop it from Blackwood. From that moment until the last 2 minutes of the game, the Avs were terrible. The power play has become a completely unmitigated disaster. They go 0 for 3 tonight, technically -1 for 3. And in the month of January, they are 2 for 22 on their power play, sub 10%. Their net power play, when you include that shorthanded goal, brings them down to just +1 across 22 power plays in this month so far. That is league worst level stuff. And having a bad power play is bad enough, but that bad power play killing momentum for the rest of the game? Woof. Thankfully, Mackenzie Blackwood is really good and kept this game tied until the halfway mark, and believe me, it was all Darcy Kuemper. The Avs in this game just could not make a decent puck decision. Multiple turnovers at the offensive blue line, multiple turnovers at the defensive blue line, multiple breakaways, odd man rushes, 2-on-1s, you name it. The Avs pretty much gave up everything on the book when it comes to high danger chances to New York, and this game easily could have been 6-1 with lesser goaltending. A play exactly like that is how the Rangers get their first lead of the game. The Avs are in full possession of the puck deep in the Rangers zone here, and this is a tough pass. I initially put a lot of blame on Middlestat for this play, and I do think he could have made a better play here. But for Malinsky to throw this pass in between, in no man's land, against Middlestat's momentum, and through to where you don't really expect a D-man to be. This is Malinsky's side of the ice. He's pinched in. It's just not a very good pass. Middlestat, yeah, you'd still like him to do something better with it, even if it's just chip it to the boards or let it go. He does maybe the worst possible thing you can with this one by deflecting it to stop it and allow the Rangers to take it and get a clean 2-on-1. You then get a questionable poke check from Manson, who gets caught flat-footed and ultimately beat up the ice to essentially create a second breakaway that the Avs get scored on. Realistically, the Avs probably shouldn't have won this game. They did, and you know what? Fair enough. There have been multiple games this year where I feel like the way the Avs played probably wins them that game 8 out of 10 times. This one is the opposite. The Avs probably should have lost this game 8 out of 10 times. Through 2 periods, the Avs had mustered just 13 shots on goal to the Rangers' 22, and they were just getting beat. To be fair, the Avs did hit a couple of posts in this game, so a marginal better execution on a couple of plays, and maybe it's a different story. But again, they were not playing like the better team for the vast majority of this game. That play, in my opinion, continued through most of the third period too. The difference is the Rangers kind of went into the turtle trying to protect their 1-goal lead. And at 5-on-5, they did a good job of that. Even on their penalty kills, they did a good job of that. I will give the Avs penalty kill credit. It was very good tonight. That kept them alive, much the same way you saw from Blackwood. So you get down to the last 2 minutes of the game, and the Avs pull their goalie, and they finally simplify their hockey, throw pucks to the net, have guys ready for rebounds, and wouldn't you know, it works. With time winding down, you have the Avs' best players on the ice, and an initial attempt from McKinnon from a pretty tough angle does not go very well, but Toews is there to keep the puck in, and you can reset a little bit. Now, the Avs don't try to do anything too crazy fancy with this one. It's just a simple pass down to McKinnon and a simple pass up to Rantanen to get a shot to the net. This net isn't going to get scored on this particular shot, but we've seen good things happen. When you actually get shots on goal, this one does not get frozen. It comes out loose to the side of Shesterkin, and Lehkonen, the man in the correct position, won the positional battle to get to the front of the crease against his defenseman, is able to pop it in to get the Avs to overtime. Honestly, really encouraging to see that from your best players. There's some level of understanding that they know what they need to do when the puck isn't going in the net for them. And a great job by Lecky to be in the hard areas and finish that play. So that escapes the Avs to overtime. Honestly, I didn't expect 1 point out of this game at that level of the game, so that was great. And somehow they managed to get a second point by an overtime in which they have to kill a 4-on-3 penalty. By the way, Mikko, that was an incredibly stupid penalty. Don't do that again. And who's the guy who shows up in overtime? It's not the superstars. It's not the guys you regularly expect out in overtime. No, it's Logan O'Connor that makes the play to help the Avs win the game. LOC is only going to get the secondary assist on this play, but honestly, he deserves all 3 points. Makar is going to break it out to him, and LOC gets through the neutral zone, finds the nice lane to get the Avs in clean with a passing play, and then immediately goes hard to the net. No fancy stuff. Just drive the net, create a play. He gets a decent redirect on, but it does get stopped, but he sticks with the puck, keeps the play alive for the Avs by winning a puck battle in deep. This is their second opportunity. LOC, again, he's not doing anything crazy. He's just moving his body towards the net to create something. He gets a puck here. This one gets away from him a little bit. A poke check from Shesterkin. Does not quit. Once again, finds the puck, keeps the play alive for the Colorado Avalanche all by himself. Third time is the charm. The setup from McKinnon. He fakes the shot, feeds Toews, and for some reason, Shesterkin doesn't like having a 5-hole, so it goes in. Not the best finish in the world from Toews, but he put it on net, and it went in. Other teams are allowed to make mistakes too. Shesterkin certainly did there, and a play that gets created out of sheer hard work from Logan O'Connor wins the Avs this game. Maybe there's a lesson to be learned there for the Avs. And this is no secret, right? The Avs aren't oblivious to how poor this game was. Multiple interviews in the locker room and with Jared Bednar after the game clearly showed they knew they played horribly and were lucky to win this game. It worked out, and in some ways, that is encouraging. The Avs can play extremely poorly and still find ways to win. That is something that good teams do. But good teams also don't play like that game looked very often, so don't do it again. At the end of the day, the 2 points in the standings are all that matter, and the Avs got that. So I guess good enough. That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. Head on over to thednvr.com for all of our coverage. I am Rudo, and yeah, don't do that anymore.